Welcome to another edition of Sports Therapy here on WSOE 89.3 FM. It's a beautiful day here in Elon, North Carolina. I'm Cole Hyman, your host, and I've got a great show planned for you guys today. But before I get to any of that, I got to start off by telling you what's on my mind. So coming in here today, my mind is telling me that Johnny Football Manziel has absolutely ruined his NFL playing career. You know, I kind of think of him as the bad guy version of Tim Tebow. I love Tim Tebow, love what he stands for, his values, an absolutely prolific college football quarterback and player, one of the best ever, hands down, to play in college. But man, his NFL career did not pan well. You know, other than really his rookie season in Denver where he got a playoff win against the Steelers, he was not able to really produce. He couldn't throw the ball, yada, yada, yada. I see Manziel as the same kind of guy. Prolific college career, but his game could not translate to the NFL. Now, there's a lot of other baggage that comes along with Manziel, other than maybe a lack of size, a lack of arm strength, whatever you want to say. Manziel's huge defining factor that is making his NFL career go kaput is his lack of maturity and abundance of off-field mishaps, seemingly that continually put him in a bind. Throughout his NFL career, he has been Mr. Party Boy that can't wake up, grow up, and realize, hey, this is your profession now, man. You're getting paid big-time bucks to be the face of an NFL franchise. You know, I come in here, my mind is just going crazy because Manziel has every athletic ability and talent to potentially succeed if given the right circumstance. I think, yes, he might have got snubbed going into a very poor Cleveland Browns franchise and team that really don't have a lot of star power, and they didn't have any when he came in around him to even give him a chance to succeed. But outside of that, let's look beyond Manziel's ability to maybe succeed at all in the NFL. It's never going to happen because I don't believe Manziel will ever grow up. He's been given every opportunity. He went to rehab last year. That did absolutely nothing. He has been caught up in something seemingly every month or two. We hear something new about Manziel. The guy can't grow up. Now, Von Miller, the Super Bowl MVP, one of the best defensive players in the NFL for the Denver Broncos, was one of Manziel's teammates back at Texas A&M a few years ago. And Miller continually stands up for him. He says, you know, I'm not going to give up on him like everybody else has. All I got to say is Johnny, I don't know what else to say about you, man. You got to grow up. You need some help. If you want to, and he went out and came out and said yesterday he wants to get his act together and play in 2016. Well, newsflash, man. You're a free agent, a.k.a. meaning you don't have a team to play for in 2016. I don't know of a single team right now that I can think of, especially with the influx of college football prospects coming into this NFL draft in less than 8 days. I don't know of any team that's going to take a risk on Manziel for their franchise, for the risk of their franchise. I just don't see it happening. You know, I think he has really lost his chance, and he has lost his chance and ability to prove his point that he can play in the NFL to all NFL owners, head coaches, etc. Manziel, in my opinion, has really lost that chance. And whose fault is that? Who's to blame for that? Nobody but himself. He's his own worst enemy. So, it is absolutely upsetting to me because coming out of college, I was one of the guys when he got drafted in the first round. I was one of the guys that was vouching for him. I said, you know what? This isn't going to be another Tim Tebow. This isn't going to be another flop of a guy that was unbelievable in college and then his career doesn't pan out well at all in the NFL. No, there's no way. He's got too much upside. I mean, a Heisman Trophy winner The guy was just a flashy, exciting, exhilarating guy to watch play the game of football. There's no way he turns out that way. There's no way he's a bust in the NFL. Even after he gets drafted to the absolutely dreadful Cleveland Browns, who have had like 60 quarterbacks in the last 20 years. Yeah, it's a little bit of an overstatement there, but seriously, they cannot keep a quarterback in Cleveland. Even after he goes to Cleveland, I'm still saying, Manziel, yeah, maybe he could turn this team around. You know, the upside on him, I see him getting a chance to turn this thing around. The reality of the situation is the man could never grow up from his college days. We thought, okay, maybe he'll grow up from Mr. Money signs in college when he becomes a professional. Well, that switch never flipped up for him. He was never able to change that attribute of his life, and it has been a detriment to his career. And I really believe that it will be for the rest of his career. I think he has ruined his chance to play in the NFL. If I'm an owner or a head coach, I want no part of this guy. What he stands for hasn't really proven anything as a quarterback in the NFL. I don't see the risk. I don't see the point of it. So, Manziel, man, hate to break it to you, but I think your chances are done in the NFL. So that's what's on my mind today. Don't go anywhere. Come back and listen on the backside of this break here on Sports Therapy.